Hello everybody, my name is Rachel and welcome to my channel, Kalanadi. Today I'm going to talk about all the books I plan on reading in November because it's gonna be an insane month and I plan on making it even crazier by doing an A to Z reading challenge. That means reading one book for every letter of the alphabet. Now, I do not claim this idea as my own. I'm actually taking the rules of this challenge from the A to Z readathon, which I did twice back in the day, I think in 2017 and then again in 2018. That readathon is, as far as I know, defunct now. The creator is no longer on BookTube and isn't active on social media. And I've always loved the idea of it, so I'm going to do it as just a personal challenge this month. It is not the A to Z readathon. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be reading this month, 26 things in 30 days. I've done this successfully once, and I'm not entirely sure that I will complete it this month, but I'm going to try my hardest. So without any further ado, here are the books that I plan on reading for the A to Z reading challenge. A lot of these will probably change because I know from having done this before that by the time I get to the last week or so of the month, I start scrambling for alternate shorter things or for audiobooks and stuff, but this is my initial plan. First of all, I plan on reading 5 books by Octavia Butler this month. I have meant to finish, for a number of years, the Xenogenesis and Pattern Master series. Like, I read Dawn maybe 4 or 5 years ago now and never continued on with the series. So I own the remaining books on ebook, so I will get to them this month. And I will be reading these books for the letters A, I, W, M, and P, and the books are Adulthood Rights and Imago, which are number 2 and number 3 in the Xenogenesis or Lilith's Brood series, and Wild Seed, Mind of My Mind, and Pattern Master, which are books 1, 2, and 4 in the Pattern Master series. Wild Seed will be a reread for me. I first read it when I was a child, I think, and I thought it deserved a reread to refresh my memory. And I don't have number 3, Clay's Arc, on my TBR because I've already read it. I greatly disliked it, so I don't plan on rereading it. So these 5 books are my highest priority this month. I need to get them read, and I know I will enjoy finishing these series. The Bedlam Stacks by Natasha Pulley. I need to read this for a book club, so it is also high priority. The Citadel of Weeping Pearls by Aliette de Bodard. This is an SF novella from her Shuya universe that I've been meaning to read for a while. Defender by CJ Cherry. This is number 5 in the Foreigner series and I will be buddy reading it with Kazen from Always Doing. This will also be a reread for me. Elatsue by Darcy Little Badger, which I will be buddy reading with Shannon from That's So Poe. From A Shadow Grave by Andy C. Buchanan. This one I'm very sure about because I've already read it. I read it this morning on November 1st. Genderqueer by Maya Kababe, which is a graphic memoir. The Heroine's Journey by Gail Carriger. Gem by Frederick Pohl. Contact, an anthology of Croatian SF. Well, I've wanted to read this anthology for some time now. I will need to buy it to read it, and it's pretty long. So if I'm running out of time by the time I get to this letter, I may read Kindred by Octavia Butler because I know I can get that one on audiobook from the library. Lithium 6 by Risto Isomaki. Never Stop, Finnish science fiction and fantasy stories selected by Emmy Itaranta. Odd John by Olaf Stapledon. I actually started this book a couple of months ago and I will restart it in November. There's a pretty high chance I may not like it and I'll DNF it, and in that case I will probably read the 4th volume of Oku, The Inner Chambers, if I can get it through interlibrary loan soon enough. Quiet Girl in a Noisy World by Debbie Tung. This will be a fast read because it's a collection of comics. The Relentless Moon by Mary Robinette Kowal, another book that I started in the past and I'll be restarting it in November. It's the longest book that I plan on reading this month, but it is very high priority. The Space Between Worlds by Mikaya Johnson. I have to return this book to the library very soon, so if I don't have it long enough in order to read it this month, I will have to read something I own, which will be The Snail on the Slope by Arkady and Boris Strugatsky. The Tea Dragon Tapestry by Katie O'Neill. While this is a very short work, I need a fallback option for it because I've requested it from my library, but they haven't purchased a copy of it yet. So if I don't get it in time to read it in November, I will read The Two of Them by Joanna Russ, which I think is a novella or short novel that I own on ebook. Untamed Shore by Silvia Moreno Garcia. The Vanished Birds by Simon Jimenez, which I will be listening to on audio. The XY by Virginia Bergen. This is an alternate title for Who Runs the World, and it's a book from my Otherwise Award winners TBR for this year. Year's Best Aotearoa New Zealand Science Fiction and Fantasy Volume 1. This is a pretty short anthology. I think it's less than 200 pages long, but in case I do need a fallback, I've chosen Why the Last Man Volume 1 by Brian K. Vaughan, which is the beginning of a comic series I've wanted to try for a long time. And lastly, Zion's Fiction, a treasury of Israeli speculative literature. This is a pretty lengthy anthology, so I may have to scramble to find a shorter alternate thing for the letter Z, but this is what I have so far. So those are the 26 things I plan on reading in November, and this is a little bit daunting when I look at it. I think it's over 7,000 pages, which means I need to read well over 200 pages per day, and that's a little bit insane even for me. So we'll see how it goes. I plan on dedicating all of my spare time in November to just doing wrap-ups and reviews of the books that I'm reading, so I may have a slightly erratic video schedule this month, and that's just because a lot of my free time is going to be tied up in actually reading all of these things. So I hope that you guys find this to be interesting. I know it's going to be a lot of fun for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back to talk to you again about a number of these works. And until then, bye.